Welcome back to the Big O, the heart of diecast racing excitement. I'm Patrick, your new announcer, and boy, I am pumped to be here. Today is Group 4 of the National Super Truck Series. Hold on to your seats because we're diving into the action right now.
That's right, folks. You heard it right. Group 4 is here, the last group of the National Super Trucks. Let's meet those drivers.
First up, Dusty Miles in that number 88, driving for Milestone Racing. Second truck we have coming in is Mr. Dark in number 13, racing for Dubious Diecast Racing. Third, we have one of our favorites here at this track, Daddy G, racing for G4 Diecast Racing. And last but not least, the Big Stanker.
That last truck there was just Big Stank from MQH Racing, not Big Stanker. Sorry about that.
Whoops, I only called him the Big Stanker because, look, he's in last place right now.
Yeah, true. Technically, he is in last place currently. However, these trucks all have their opportunity to race in the pole position, and each truck also starts in the back.
That makes sense. Excuse me here, I'm going to have to brush up on the rules. They hired me because my voice, not because my knowledge of the rules here at the Big O. All right, folks, we missed that first race. We're going ahead and rewind that for you and take a closer look. It looks like Mr. Dark struggled here a little bit on lap number 1. We will go ahead and slow that down for you. Here's the tiny track cars, instant replay cam. They are kind of bunched up there, 1, 2, 3 as they head into turn 2. Mr. Dark right on Dusty Miles' tail, takes that turn a little too high, catches a groove, and flips over. Daddy G is able to get by him on the outside. Big Stank looks like he might get stuck, but is able to push his way past Mr. Dark there, flipped over the track, and Dusty Miles running away with this one. Perfect execution as he goes high in that bank, slides down there, and takes first place in race number 1, followed by Daddy G and Big Stank.
Yeah, an unfortunate race number 1 for Mr. Dark. Here he is getting towed back to the pits to see what is going on with that truck. And folks, it looks like the tow truck can't even make it down the track. What is going on? We're going to have to get a tow truck out there to tow the tow truck, to tow Mr. Dark back to the starting line. And folks, it looks like the tow truck can't even tow the tow truck. What is going on here at the Big O?
Yeah, I'm not too sure there, Ned. But I will tell you, Dusty Miles is out front with 5 points. That is a fact that I can tell you. We do rotate positions. Mr. Dark now out front, followed by Big Stank. They are out of there. They go green into turn 1 as they accelerate into that big banked 180. Mr. Dark pulling away from the pack just a little bit there. And let me tell you, folks, he needs this one after last race's DNF. Big Stank closing the gap. Then Mr. Dark comes down for the turn too fast and flips over. Unfortunately, Big Stank got tied up behind Mr. Dark when he flipped over and allowed Dusty Miles to pass on the outside of Mr. Dark. Big Stank does break free and passes the finish line for second place, followed by Daddy G. Let's slow it down for here. Mr. Dark slides up into turn 2, tries to navigate that turn different than he did last time when he flipped over, and ended up coming down too fast and hitting the inside wall and rolling that truck over. And then, boy, folks, look at that right there. Dusty Miles, as we look at the blimp cam, slides by perfectly on the outside of Mr. Dark. And there you see Big Stank making a slow pass on the outside. And Gaia G says, whoa, there's a big action up there. Let's check the brakes a little bit and take caution. He's able to pass and take third place.
Oh man, I hate to see Mr. Dark do 2 DNFs in a row. Usually he's a front runner. Usually he's out there ahead getting the points, but unfortunately that Studebaker is not running well for him today.
Well, hopefully he gets his stuff together in the second half, but first we have the Beat the Bus, the halftime show, and today they're racing the Mustangs, which are all losers. But are the biggest losers? They're all losers. And let's go over the rules of Beat the Busters one more time. The hearse, the Buster, the Ghost Buster is always in the back of the pack. If you get beat by the Buster, you are out of there. If you DNF, you are eliminated. And if you can survive 3 races, you move on. The Fox Body Mustang is out front, that beautiful purple paint job. They're out of there for lap number 1. The Ghost Busters hearse pushing on the back side of those giggles. The orange Mustang spins out. He's driving in reverse. Will he be able to hold off? It looks like the orange Mustang is going to go down. We have lots of contact here, and it looks like the orange Mustang is passed, but the blue Mustang put the block maneuver on the Buster, allowing the orange Mustang to get back around and stay in this race, folks. All three Mustangs move on to race number 2. 2 more races, and they survive the Beat the Buster. We're going to slow it down for you because there's lots of action to unpack here. The orange Mustang does a 180, is able to hold it in there and stay in the race at this point. But here's where it gets interesting, folks. The orange Mustang gets past on the outside, and the blue Mustang slides sideways and puts a block maneuver on the Ghostbuster car, helping his buddy, because these are all in it together, all trying to get by, helping his buddy, the orange Mustang, who takes the outside on the Busta and is able to pass the blue Mustang. While the blue Mustang was courageous and helped his friend out, he did lose a position, and he will start only 1 car ahead of the Busta in race number 2, putting him at a disadvantage. We'll see how that pays off for him. Race number 2, the purple Fox Body Mustang still starts out front, followed by the orange Mustang and the blue Mustang with the orange racing stripes. The Busta behind. The Busta is on a mission to take these Mustangs out of the race. He's already pushing in the blue Mustang. He takes the inside of the blue Mustang, pushes him out of the way, slides above the orange Mustang. They're out of there. That's a miracle happens for them. And now he's after the Fox Body. Is the Fox Body going to hang in there? He's on the outside of the Fox Body, bumping into him. The purple Fox Body Mustang hangs in there for race number 2. 2 cars eliminated. They're out of there.
Whoa, lots of action to unpack in this one, Patrick. This is my favorite part right here, when the Busta slides inside the blue Mustang, then pushes his way out and passes the orange Mustang on the outside, and then has enough speed to chase down the purple Mustang, but bumps him and gives him a little more speed. And as we already know, is unable to complete the pass. That purple Mustang will move on to race number 3 and potentially be the first car ever to beat the Busta.
That's right. If you've ever heard of the purple People Eater, this Ford Mustang is the purple Busta Eater. They're out there for the 3rd and final race. Will this purple Mustang be able to stay out in front? We'll find out right now, folks. The Busta on his tail. The Busta tries to take the inside, fails. He's pushing on the back bumper of that Ford Mustang. Is he able to get around? This is his chance right here as the Mustang slides sideways. He falls over. No, the Busta rolls over, and the Ford Mustang, pretty in purple Fox Body, crawls across the finish line and is the first ever car so far, folks, to move on to the next round of Beat the Busta.
All right, enough halftime shenanigans. We are back to the trucks in race number 3. It looks like Big Stank has his right tire caught up on something, but he pops back on the track, and they're out of there for lap number 1. An incredibly tight single file formation opens up into these trucks jockeying for position. Dusty Miles tries to take the inside of Mr. Dark. Mr. Dark closes the door. There's a battle for 1st and 2nd, and a battle for 3rd and 4th. It looks like Daddy G cut off Mr. Dark. What will happen? Daddy G comes around the turn. Somehow, Dusty Miles got ahead of Mr. Dark. Let's slow it down for you and see what happened.
A lot happened. That's what happened. And let's go ahead and break it down for you. It all started right here when Mr. Dark tried to take the outside on Daddy G. Then Dusty Miles slides me inside and bumps Daddy G back out in front, who bumps Big Stank way out in front. Now is a battle between Daddy G, who tries to take me outside on Big Stank right here. Simultaneously, Mr. Dark is blocking Dusty Miles in the back. Then all of a sudden, Mr. Dark gets held up by Daddy G and out of frame. We don't see it because we're following Big Stank. We will be watching that one on the blind cam to see what it might have happened there to Mr. Dark. It looked like Daddy G did slide sideways and put a block in Mr. Dark and then took off again, but somehow Dusty Miles got by on the inside there. As you see them come to frame, they're all clustered together there. Yep, Daddy G is out front. Dusty Miles slides on the inside because Mr. Dark got a little sideways there, but Mr. Dark does finish and get 1 point. There you see the scoreboard. After we go into race number 4, Dusty Miles is out front with 12 points.
I'll tell you what, I really like that blimp cam. I think we should get some cameras on every single turn so we have full coverage of this Big O track.
I would have to agree with you on that one, Ned. I would like to see every single corner of this track covered so we see all the racing action. So when we get more cars racing on this, we don't miss a beat. Speaking of missing a beat, we are into race number 4. There you see Daddy G spinning around backwards. Will he be able to save it for the win? Race number 4. Here comes the pack behind him. And there, Mr. Dark has a little bit of trouble. Again, it seems those Studebaggers are the ones that are acting up on this track. and those Draftinators are performing a little bit better. We'll go ahead and slow it down for you. Daddy G out front. Dusty Miles riding his tail. Daddy G hits a little pothole in that turn, pops it up, but is able to save it. Does not let Dusty Miles go by. Look at that drift by Dusty Miles here. And then you have Daddy G, who accidentally, when he spins out, oversteers into the last and final turn. Will Dusty Miles catch him? We already know the answer is no. But we're going to watch anyways. And then in the back, you see Big Steg coming down, crashing into the wall. And unfortunately, again, you see Mr. Dark roll over. But, folks, he does cross the finish line and receives one more point.
You're right, it does seem the Studebagers are having a much harder time in this track than the Draftinators. Picking the vehicle for this track is very important here, folks.
Yeah, I would imagine that vehicle choice and weight distribution are a huge factor on the Big O. Here's your updated standings of where everybody is at as they move on to Bay City Diecast Racing.
And of course, a special thank you to our sponsor, Merch by Meekin, for making this tournament come to life.
Oh yeah, and a special shout to our buddies over at Treetops Raceway Park,
Bay City Diecast Racing,
and Funkhauser Diecast Racing.
You know, we should really get the Spoolheads logo in here and possibly the Rust Belt Customs logo in here as well.
Yeah, I agree on the Spoolhead thing. Russ basically designed this whole entire track for us. Huge shout out to Russ. But who's Rust Belt Customs and what did he do for us?
Oh, you didn't know? Rust Belt Customs has done all of our logo work. He's designed the Tiny Track Cars logo. He's designed the logo for the Big O. He's rad. Check him out on Facebook.
Sweet. I'll go check him out right now.
Now go ahead and sign us off, Patrick.
Oh, it would be my pleasure to sign us off. Thank you so much for joining us at Tiny Track Cars Diecast Racing. Until next time, stay tuned, stay passionate, and get ready for more exciting moments on the track.